Last time on What's Your Damage?
I don't want to break anyone's trust here, but I feel like it's direly important for you all to know that Okaat is a tiefling.
What?
There's actually an underground slave trade of tieflings in the Red Nation. We believe that they are going to sell almond at the old house of the Vontaires. This isn't your run-of-the-mill sort of sale. These are very special tieflings that they are going to be...
Let me guess. They're all young and they're all female.
Mm-hmm. Of course, this sale is by invitation only. However, we have gotten an invitation. We will need one of you, and she looks to Sylvester, to imitate Termenin Wiley. This is a very dangerous place where nobody trusts anybody, so everybody has their own cook, and everyone has their own bodyguard, and she looks to Okaat. And there's a very vested interest by the Archdiocese of Palor in this one. So, Jorix, I would need you to imitate a cleric of Palor. We have an inside person named Sadicil Vontaire. We are hoping that you, working with Sadicil, will be able to get her out of this before she goes up for sale. You can see what looks like the stone gates of Le Mort Vulgaire. You get this sense of, like, degraded glory. This was once a grand place, but now there is rust on the cast iron gates. Your name?
Okay.
And one of them says something in Infernal. You hear them say, she kind of looks like and the other one says, shut up, cleric. Termenin, it's such a pleasure to see you. I've never met you, but I've heard so many great things. Because we will be entertaining you for 3 days, we find it only fair that you entertain us first. I have a way for you to entertain all of us, and it shouldn't be too difficult. As you reach the bottom of these stairs, you see a surgical theater. All of a sudden, the lights cut out. Something wicked this way comes. And it sounds large and shuffling. And the lights come on, and you see what looks like an abomination in front of you.
The light's blinding me, but I see the silhouette. A familiar silhouette.
And you hear the familiar voice of an old friend.
Justice Goldhammer, future king of the Seven Kingdoms, sheriff of Bartle.
You actually see a hand on the shoulder of Gustus Goldhammer. You see Castile before you. And you hear Leona say, Sadicil?
Oh, you guys looking for a moo cleric?
The adventure is yours.
It's not really a plan, it's just a series of diminishing options. I'm confronting him on his behavior in an inopportune moment.
So, as you guys see that light and that burst, and you recognize, well, as Burke recognizes Gustus Goldhammer, and as Okaat, you see an old friend, Castile, who looks at you curiously, and you say, no, don't say anything. You guys still do see an abomination headed towards you. And Gustus Goldhammer, your companion, the person that you traveled from Bartle with, Castile says, get in there and help them.
Yes.
First up is Jorix. Jorix, what you see ahead of you is a patchwork of just flesh, and it is all looks fairly devilish, especially the head, which has 2 large horns that curl like rams.
No.
Like ram's horns. And it is just a terrible, terrible sight.
It's a real Cronenberg, huh?
It's a real Cronenberg.
It's a nasty pile.
It's body horror. It's terrible.
Just for a second, Okaat thinks, Papa?
Okaat goes west. Sylvester, you were ushered away because, as Termenin Wiley, they would not put you in danger because you are a money man, and you
old.
are old, and you are seated in the arena area. All right, what would you like to do, Jorix? This thing is like lumbering at you.
Is it lumbering quickly? Is it going at a nice slow pace? Does it wants to eat me?
It looks.
Is it ambling or shambling?
Yes, be clear.
It's you sons of. You know what? It's actually going at a fairly good pace, even though like one leg is significantly larger than the other. It like balances out, so it's going about about your speed.
Clunk.
Ka-clunk, yeah.
Great.
I turn to Gustus. You fight things?
Yes, I am Gustus Goldhammer, and I will hammer this abomination into the ground.
Great. Sounds like just what we need right now. And Jorix blesses the party. Next time you make an attack roll or saving throw before the minute's over, you can roll a d4 and add it.
As he sees the enemy coming towards him, he bright light fills and washes over all the rest of the party.
And then he runs away. Or not runs away, but behind the party, who's now been blessed.
Yeah.
You guys have been blessed. Do my bidding.
Yeah. All right, Peter.
Sylvester's gonna kind of cast a little spell through the hat, letting Okaat jump twice as much.
Ooh.
Wow.
Twice as high? Twice or far?
Far, high.
Twice as
Oh.
frequently.
You're
Or
jumping.
can you do like
you're
a
jumping twice the
classic
distance.
classic video game double jump?
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's up to the DM, I think.
Do you have to flip during the second part?
Gonna do like the run, squat, jump.
Oh, yeah, like
Yeah.
All right.
Mario. I'm part Mario.
Can you throw your hat and then jump off that too?
Yes!
All right.
But then they'd see the spider, so that's complicated.
yeah.
Yeah. Last resort. on that
Last
one.
resort.
All right. It's this guy's turn now, and he surveys the group. What's the most tempting target to hit?
Whoever was singing the most.
I think it's you.
Yeah, it's probably the one that yelled out really loudly. That's what I imagine.
It's always me. Did we?
I'm gonna hold out my shield and protect my friend.
Okay, disadvantage.
Yep.
Son of a gun, Gustus. I rolled a nat 20,
Ah.
but then that goes away. And a 16 doesn't hit, right, Burke?
Nope.
All right, so this thing feels like it was going to hit him so good, but he misses, and he tries to hit him again. Both of those miss. All right.
You told
Yep.
me disadvantage once.
Then he hit him.
Reaction.
Then he hit him once.
Damn it! What did you pipe down?
Gustus doesn't lie.
You and your honesty.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell the truth when it's you getting hit.
All right, Burke. That is 16 points of damage.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Still, no. Still not doing well.
Okay, next up is Okaat. You have seen this giant monstrosity rain hellfire on your friend.
Yup. And I'm feeling a little insecure about how squishy I am, so I'm going to take a moment to cast Blade Ward,
Okay.
which is a cantrip. So I extend my hand and trace a sigil of warding in the air, and until my next turn, I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Nice. Okay.
And then I hide.
Okay. Boy, you are in the middle of a...
Is there anywhere for me to hide?
Oof.
Can I get his blind spot?
Inside your hat.
Okay.
Damn it, that's
I'm
taken.
gonna ask you. Okay, I'll let you roll this, but
Uh-huh.
like because it's so wide open, the check's gonna be 17.
All right. It's 22.
Son of a dick. All right.
My modifier is 7.
Man, that's a good
I had
one.
a 50-50 chance.
Man. Okay. So. All right. So what you do
I
is,
just like do a quick roll between his legs and like pop up into
and
one
because
spot.
he wants to hit Burke the dwarf so badly,
Yeah.
he doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you are hidden. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Gus.
Run up to my friend Burke, which isn't very far because we're like next to each other at this point. I cast heroism on him. You got this, buddy!
Is that you, Gustus? Is it really you? Yeah! That's how excited I am. That's giving me the heroic surge of power.
And what
Keep it down though.
and what does heroic do?
At the beginning of each of
Is it really
his turn, he gets 4 temporary HP.
Nice.
Ew.
Very good.
Is it you?
It's me. Why are we quiet now?
Because we're supposed to not know each other. Remember tactical?
You guys are doing a real bad job.
You can see that the audience is kind of like very much noting this interaction.
Why would they note with that? They don't know me, do they?
Well, they better know me. I'm gonna be their king.
Burke the dwarf.
He was giving me inspiration, and I was just thanking him. For all they know. I mean, there's an abomination screaming, and how close are they to me? They can hear me talking.
You did get
Explain
pretty
this
loud,
to the
and
crowd.
you did say mountain boys. You screamed it to the heavens.
But now I'm whispering it.
Okay.
Afterwards.
Okay.
I would also like to do second wind and heal myself some. Oh, fuck. I only get 5. But that's okay, it's better than 4. It's better than 4. That's the only thing it's better than. Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry. Abomination, eh? How tough is that guy? Let's see. Is it right on top of us?
Yeah,
attacking us?
it hit you and it stayed there.
Alright, I'll just go at him then. It's the only thing I ever do.
Okay.
Alright, I got a 17.
That'll hit.
Damn it, that's not very good. I only got 5 damage. But then I'm a turkey again.
Okay.
No, I can't do that yet.
Okay. So you hit him once for 5.
God, I hate being level 3.
That's better than being level 2.
God, it is, but only by 1.
Jorix.
Okay. Can I go to my buddy Burke and heal him with a cure wounds? Yeah. And he gets 6 back.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
Nice.
And then back behind.
And then I cowered away.
Exactly.
Okay, Peter.
He's just gonna chill in the hat, dodge.
Okay.
Suddenly my hat goes, woogity.
Yeah, that is great. Yeah.
You guys, I wish you could see in my head what the spider dodging looks like, and I wish I could see what the spider dodging looks like in all of your heads.
I wish that too, actually.
It's like this. He's kind of dancing, but then 2 arms are up for no reason. You know that spider that does that elaborate mating dance? It's like that. It's like that.
I think he's now going to try to hit Gus. All right, Gus, here we go. That's 25.
It hits.
He's going to try to hit you again. That's a 10. All right, Gus, after seeing your friend, he just mindlessly attacks you, and that is 17 points of damage.
All right.
How does he know we're friends?
No, he
I'm
just...
sorry, I'm gendering this abomination. I think it's a dude. He seems like a jerk.
And also, I think I've been referring to it as he, right?
I think you have
Yeah,
been.
generally.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, we have Okaat, who is hidden.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him. That's a 20 to hit.
Jesus, pleases. Yeah, that'll hit.
Who? It's math. It's a math number of points. 10, 16.
16.
16 damage.
16, huh?
And then I hide again.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Next up, we have Gus.
I'll show you how to
Can't
hit
figure out
something. Gross abomination. And I'm gonna smite. And that's 19 damage.
Alright.
Alright.
Burke the dwarf.
All right. All right. All right. Burke is attacking this abomination boy. Pretty good. It's gonna be 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And then
So,
it's gonna be 9 damage from the trout pick.
and your weapon's magical, yes?
Tis indeed. Well, no, it is. Yeah, it is. It is magical. It is shaped like a trout and imbued with the powers of the river.
Okay. All right. I love that. Sylvester, from the corner of your eye, you see a little bit past where these four are battling. You see a very small figure in a black hood dash away from this area.
Like, where to?
Looks like they probably going to go back from whence you guys came.
Wait, the hooded figure was in the arena in my, like, seating area.
So yeah, you could see them. You could see it like underneath the legs of the golem on the far side.
Oh, okay.
And like it's not near you guys, but you can just catch. You just caught this flicker. With that, we'll go back to Jorix.
Okay. Jorix is almost out of spells, so it's time to go back to cantrips. Sacred Flame.
Sacred flame, you say?
Yes, so Mr. Abomination needs to make a dex saving throw.
6 isn't going to do it. All
No, it will not.
right.
And that is 5 radiant damage.
Mr. Meatman, meet me some meat,
Bum, 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 bum.
make him the meat.
Abomination Man.
Okay. When you hit him with that, Jorix, when you hit him with that,
Yes.
you can see that he has just gotten completely furious and out of control.
Oh.
All right, next up, Peter.
I thought he looked angry before.
Peter's gonna give Okaat a little head massage to relieve some stress.
Oh.
A little help action.
Okay. All right, next up is our big boy. All right.
And because I'm hiding so well, you hear the big boy say, "Ooh, that tickles."
All right. So he sees these two dwarves. He's punched you. He's punched you. Now he's fully angry.
You won't like him when he's angry.
Not at all.
I didn't like him before. I never liked you.
Bert the dwarf. He's gonna try to punch you again.
Sure.
Not on my watch.
Does an 18 hit you?
Is that with disadvantage? Aww.
Nope.
Ah.
Son of a dick. All right. He's gonna try to hit you again, but no. When he sees you, when his attack clangs off of your shield, he's gonna try to hit you, Gustus Goldhammer. Nope. 16?
Nope.
Nope. Go. All right. Cool beans.
You having fun, Elliot?
Tons. Love it. So he clangs, and he goes, okay, this little guy then. And then he clangs again. And now he waits patiently to die. All right, next up, we got
We both have shields.
we got Okaat.
All right, I'm gonna sneak attack him again. So do I get advantage and then advantage since I'm being helped?
Basically, you can't miss, but we go for it. Sure.
Just don't roll 2 1s.
Roll 2 1s.
Nope, that's a 20.
Okay, roll again to see if you get a crit. Let's see how this works.
Nope.
Ah, sweet. All right.
Okay. Oh, but I don't think adding the
No, that doesn't. That's a
That
nat.
doesn't- this point.
No.
All right, so sneak attack. 7 5 is 12.
12 dam.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn. Oh, and then I hide again.
Okay, roll me that.
Ooh, 10.
Oof. Because you stabbed him, and because he is so furious, he notes this now. He sees your location.
Oh.
Gus.
Die, you ugly freak. It's a 20.
Naturally?
No.
Thank Christ. Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
I'm gonna smite again.
Oh, good. I love it.
That's 7 radiant and then 9 weapon.
So 16 altogether.
Yep.
Yes, I said with
Wow.
some beef on the line, baby. I'm not alone out here.
Yeah! Mountain Boy combo attack! Mountain Boy! It's battle! You can't hear whispers in battle! Spark!
Now, boys.
Brick the dwarf.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack again.
Cool.
Doing it now.
Cool.
It's like a 24.
Nice.
And so...
Damage.
Oof, didn't do so good on that. Only 4 damage from the trying to pick this time round.
Okay, 4 damage, huh?
And I'm going to use an action surge.
Cool, yeah.
And I'm going to dodge.
Okay. It's a new world. All right. Jorix again. I imagine that you're going to have to make me do a dex save.
You got it.
You know. Suck my butt. 17.
This abomination, the spirits abomination, somehow dodges the sacred flame.
Yeah. He dances out of the way.
Is it graceful?
Shit, no. He it's because after he got stabbed by Burke the dwarf, he kind of falls a little bit, and then your flame goes right where he was.
Aw.
Sorry.
Burke, you stabbed it too good.
I didn't mean we timed it wrong.
Yeah.
Peter.
We're still new.
Peter.
They don't have the mountain
Wait, do you
boy
actually say that?
synergy.
Did you actually say that?
To Burke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, great.
Gotta watch what we're saying around here.
All right.
You can't watch sound waves.
You know what I mean, really. You pretend sometimes like you don't, and I feel like you do.
All right, next
Never
up,
seen a sound in my life.
Peter.
He's gonna hold his action
Okay.
until Okaat maybe takes damage.
Son of a dick. All right. Cool beans. Next up, my guy. What's he gonna do? Hit the small woman who's been stabbing him to death. Let's see how his shop gets wrecked, shall we?
He turns around and I just wave.
Yeah.
Hi.
That's a 24.
Oh, that'll hit.
So, Peter, you gonna do something to me?
After you do your damage.
Okaat, that's 16 points.
That is more than I have.
And Sylvester casts Mending through Peter, and you go up 6.
Yay!
Yay.
Oh, wait, no, 8.
Yay!
Nice!
Even better.
No, 9.
No!
I
Just keep
I forget.
saying it's more.
20! 100 hit points!
I'm stronger than ever.
It's 9. It's 9.
It's 9. Okay. Perfect.
I mean, he was bragging about how good this bodyguard was.
Yeah, he was. Okay.
pretty good bodyguard.
So you get hit. Do you play dead or do you move again?
No, I'm gonna play dead.
Okay, give me a performance roll on that.
Okay.
With advantage because he dumb.
He dumb and he think he killed me.
I mean, he did though.
Yeah. That is a 15.
All right, he moves on. He's gonna try to hit Gus. 21.
Yep.
13 points of damage. After hitting the woman with the dancing hat, he turns his attention to the little dwarf that keeps blocking his hits on his friend. Or what he assumes is his friend.
Everyone seems to assume it now. They're all noting it.
And he actually gets him.
They didn't hear me say that.
Okay, next up, we have Okaat.
Yeah, Okaat's going to run up in front of the abomination
Uh-huh.
and throw Masadnads at
So
it.
he has to make a wisdom save.
Yes.
That's a critical miss. So, okay.
What sad Nats do? I forget.
So, it's a small angry pigeon that I throw in his face.
Oh, yeah.
And because he failed, that is 8 damage that he takes.
Okay.
And any of his allies take 1 point of sympathy damage.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get that.
Cool.
All right.
And he can only make one-handed attacks for the next 2 turns.
Okay.
Because the other one's busy protecting his bits.
Okay. Here's what happens. Okay.
The pigeon hits his nads.
No.
No, I did. I
yeah.
kicked him right in the nads.
So here's what happened.
Right in the biscuits.
Oh, you distract him with a pigeon, then you kick him with a nards.
Yep.
Right in the breadsticks. Okay. So here's what happens. Okaat, after playing dead and him hitting Gustus Goldhammer, do you say something to him to call his attention? Because he was turned a little bit away from you.
Yeah, I'll just go, hey!
Okay. When you said hey, he looked over, you tossed the clay pigeon in his face.
He's like, ah!
He put up his hand to block, and
Boom!
you kicked him in the nads for 8 points of death. Because that killed him.
Oh my god. You monster! You monster!
Turns out that he had an abomination of a nard sack that was just ready to pop at any time.
Okaat, what you hear when your foot makes contact with his fleshy body, you hear squish. And
Squeeze.
and Sylvester, you hear in the audience someone go, "Ugh," and when you look there, you see Harvard, who is sweating profusely. All right, with that, combat has dropped.
Yeah.
All right, and you actually see, you hear first a ovation, and as you turn around,
Throw my arms up in the air. Are you not entertained?
you see all the.
Oh, we did it, Burke.
You don't know me, man. I'm not that guy. Quit it. I don't know you.
Just like my. Do you have a brother named Burke?
I don't have a brother, but I have a lot of people that look like me.
Hey,
Why'd
there.
you go-
Gus was your name, right? You said you were going to be king of something? What was that? Tell me more about that.
Of the kingdom.
Yeah.
Duh. What else can you be king of?
Just keep this guy away from me, and I kind of go, and I flail at him.
So
Were
Okaat
you in the
shows up.
audience?
They're squabbling.
They're squabbling. He
George's
tries to break. He
distracting.
tries to break it.
Maybe I seen your dumb wrestling thing once.
So, Sylvester, do you do anything to try to like get them to quiet down, or do you just like say like, "Oh, very good"?
We'll go with that.
All right, you do see all of the gathered plotting you. Let's go with distracted. I guess it would be Okaat.
Well, I am like facing the crowd.
You see Leona definitely noting this whole scene.
Like watching the.
She has her eyes peeled on these two and Jorix or Vix, but she's still clapping. But you can see that she's a little bit more
She's
reserved.
thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh, I am going to try and discreetly cast color spray. And like in a celebratory, like I'm going to conjure fireworks, basically, like ha ha.
Okay, I love that. Okay, and what are you trying? So what are you trying to do here? Because there's a lot of targets.
Yeah, I'm going to try and target it at her specifically to blind her. But-
Wait. No, she's really gonna know something.
It's just I'm very exuberant. I'm a very good bodyguard, and I'm doing my touchdown celebration.
Kill her, don't just.
You get him neat. So I have this friend.
Uh-huh.
He looks exactly like he wasn't bald.
Did his hair look like this?
No, that's
See?
Jesus.
why you might be cousins, brothers. I don't know every dwarf.
Exactly.
You act like him.
You look like a guy I knew once
36
and don't care for.
points total.
Okay.
So
Wow.
He just blinded like all the crowd.
Yeah. Boy.
Except for the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
Around her was about 7 people.
oh man.
You're like, yeah, we're the best. Yeah, you're finger gunning. The only guns made of
Shooting-
fingers and fun.
Shooting
Right.
brightly colored, dazzling lights out of my finger guns.
Thanks, Jubilee. And you see 4 people go blind. Unfortunately, none of them are that person.
Well, maybe I distracted her.
Let's see if you did.
Maybe I distracted her, though, is the thing, though.
No. Okay, she seems like she sees what happens to the people around her, and her attention gets drawn to them.
Good.
Because they're like, oh my god, my eyes, it's too beautiful for this world, they say. And then, Gus, all of a sudden you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you hear Castile's voice, and he goes, I know that this man probably looks like your friend. However, it would probably be best if we kept that to ourselves right now. What do you think?
Well, he's not my friend after all.
I have
Oh.
different hair, we decided.
Yes. Yes. No, you're...
Oh, yeah, no, you shaved your head.
Yeah, and he has a mustache.
What's
It's
your
always
name?
been like this.
You shaved your head freshly this morning.
Onnie Mountainbreaker. I like to keep a clean shave on the sides here.
Onnie Mountainbreaker.
I have a... Yeah.
Nice to meet you. You're no Burke, but you're a good dwarf. I get the sense.
You are also a dwarf. Nice to meet you.
And then you hear Harver, who's sweating now. He goes, Odin has informed me that dinner is ready. So if we'd all like to go upstairs. You fighters, I know that you want to stick with your friend or your employer, Mr. Termenin Wiley. So if you guys want to.
I think of him as both.
It's really a family environment here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
He says, right, no,
Not at all. Not at all. I let them think that because it lets me pay them less.
Whoa, wait a minute!
I don't think that. I know he doesn't like me. I don't like him either.
Well, yes, no one likes dwarfs.
No one likes dwarves.
No.
I don't even like dwarves. God, they hate dwarves.
And actually, you hear Harper go like, you shouldn't hate yourself. Everything has...
I don't hate myself, I hate dwarves.
That is a very complex set of emotions that you have right
Well, I'm a complex dwarf.
now. And Harper's like, look, just because you're born the way that you are doesn't mean that's a terrible thing. It just means that you have a natural place that may be below other things.
Yeah, let's talk about it at length.
So, can we
Go
get
to
a wash before dinner? Because we're still covered in mud. And
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
fought that guy.
Yeah, you guys did very well. It was...
You guys have ugly friends.
Did you see at the end when I kicked him right in the nads?
And he goes, yes,
That's my signature move.
Nerds.
I felt a lot of sympathy for him, he says. So you guys can go through the back, and to the right you'll see cabins. Yours is number 7.
Excellent, thank you.
But we have some catching up to do with our son Sadisel. And you hear Castiel go, Castiel, not Sadisel. Like, oh, you'll always be Sadisel here, son. And Castiel just kind of narrow his eyes.
If I think I can get away without Harper seeing me, I want to wink at Castiel before I turn around and walk away.
Okay, yeah, I will say that you're able to do that because you'll use the left side of your face for the wink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. As you guys go upstairs, you can see that they are keeping a respectful distance from you, the rest of the audience, the rest of the crowd.
He had better.
Except for Margaret, who is walking side by side with you guys.
Great.
And she goes, well, you guys certainly didn't disappoint. You have a pretty good retinue here for employing the people that you do, Termenin.
Yes, I'm good at everything I do.
Yes.
And so are we.
Yeah, it's interesting. Vix, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And Onnie, yeah?
What?
Okay. Yeah, no, that's your names, right? Vix and Onnie?
Yeah.
Nailed it. Got it in one.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. So, just so I'm sure, let me try it one more time. Termenin.
Yes, don't insult me.
Okay. Okaat.
Nailed it.
Vix.
Yeah.
And Onnie.
What are we doing?
So, no, I'm just making sure that Vix...
Margaret.
Mm-hmm. Vix, you refer to Onnie as Onnie, yes? That's because that's his name, yes?
Yeah.
How interesting. Okay, great, she says, and she smiles, and she drops back.
Do
All
you
right.
think maybe she's a little
No,
slow?
I think she heard him call him Burke earlier.
Oh,
No, I think she's just slow. I'd say loudly enough for her to hear.
Okay.
I said my thing loudly enough for her to not hear.
I'm glad that you picked that up. It would make sense that Sylvester would pick that up.
Who the F is Burke? And people keep saying that I'm him.
I must have picked up on that from that other character that...
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Just say a lot of people think all dwarfs look alike. They'll really go for that here.
That's
There
the
you
thing. Everyone, all dwarves, we're all short and have beards. I get it. But I have a mustache. It's different.
All right, as you guys go up the stairs,
God, I love hating dwarves. And I love all of you.
At least
I hate them too. They all look the same. God, I can't even tell what they look like. I look in a mirror, I see every dwarf.
At least she didn't ask to touch your mustache.
I guess. I don't know.
All right,
I don't mind.
as you guys head up the stairs in which you descended, you see to your right a young tiefling woman with a red string tied around her neck in her quarters. But their quarters, they have zero privacy here. But yeah, you can just tell that there's a sadness to her. She's also the same one that Burke saw upstairs.
Is she the only one with a red ribbon around her neck? Or have I seen others?
It appears that she is the only one that you have seen with a red ribbon around her neck.
Okay. I'm going to stop and just sort of, like, you guys go ahead without me if you want.
Okay. So you guys are going to go upstairs to your cabin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'm going to pause there, go to Okaat. Mm-hmm. You see the young tiefling woman with the red string around her neck.
And I just sort of, like, casually lean against the doorway and look over at her and I'm like, hey. Sorry. Can I borrow a moment of your time?
And she kind of looks at you strangely because you are being unusually polite to her.
Mm-hmm.
And
and when she does it, I go, yeah, I know. I don't really buy into all of this stuff. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you want my time, it's yours. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And she says that a little bit nervous.
Okay. I'm not going to get you in trouble, am I? You don't have somewhere to be?
I have to make dinner, but or I have to serve dinner, but I just wanted to take a moment. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you want to be alone, I can leave you alone.
No, my time is your time, she says.
Okay. I was just curious about the ribbon you're wearing. It's very pretty.
Thank you, she says, and she kind of like puts her hand to her neck. Yes, thank you so much, she says.
You doing okay? Do they treat you well here?
And she kind of laughs at that. And but then she catches herself and she goes, yes, they treat me as well as one would expect.
I see. Forgive me if I'm too forward, but it seems like I wouldn't expect much of these people.
And she looks shocked that you would say that, especially considering that you are part of their retinue of one of the buyers. And so she doesn't really know what to do with that.
Yeah, I just say, I was hired to be here, but it's not my favorite thing. You know what I mean?
I can understand that. I would like to not be here, but But I mean, I guess I won't be soon though. So,
how do you mean?
I'm one of the. Going to be part of the auction.
Right. Of course. I'm sorry. That was really dense of me. I apologize. I should have known.
It's okay, she says. She looks at you and she kind of analyzes you for a second, and she goes, I have to go make dinner, or I have to serve dinner. If you want to, you seem like you're nice, she says, and
I try to be.
and she goes, if you want to, maybe he'll buy me. Maybe we can. I don't know.
I'll put a word in. I'll have a word with him.
And with that, she nods and she scurries away.
Okay.
All right, with you three, as you guys get to your cabin. You open the cabin and it is richly decorated. You see that, unlike the house itself, which is sort of like, a little bit degraded but fine, this one's actually well taken care of. And what you see is something on the bed, what looks like a little note.
I'm gonna open the note.
Okay. When you open the note, when you see the light from the library tonight, come to me.
Ooh la la.
And there's a Y.
There's not a heart on it, is there?
Yeah. A little lipstick kiss.
Yeah. And there's just a Y at the sign Y.
Why not? Sorry, I couldn't help it.
In the window to your left, you see that mountaintop.
What does it look like again?
It just looks like the top of a mountain, but that's been cut off and transported into the backyard.
Oh.
And there is actually snow on this mountain. top that is in the middle of a marshy swamp in
But
the
it's not
summer.
like it's
So, like,
naturally
eye
placed
level
there,
with
so
the
it's
It's weird.
it's not like it slopes up into a very pointy hill that is covered in snow, but it's like a mountaintop. Looks like it's been removed and moved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it stands about twice as tall as this large house at its top.
Okay.
And it's like just several feet away from the building, or like 100 or so in the distance, like not within the...
It would take you like 30 minutes to reach the base of this mountain.
Oh, so it's that far, okay.
Yeah. But it's huge, but it's so close. It doesn't make sense. Okay, with that, you hear a bell ring, and you can tell that supper is ready.
Did we get a chance to clean up?
Fast forward, cleaned up.
Am I healthy again?
If you guys want to take your short rest, take it
Yeah.
Am I feeling brawny?
Yeah, we'll take the short rest. And then Peter's gonna leave the hat and just go up to the library early.
now. Okay. Interesting.
When he gets like up to the window, I'd channel to like peek through to make sure coast's clear, and then just find a place where a motionless spider wouldn't be found unless someone's like deep cleaning this place.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I guess, does he see anything at the window seal?
No, he just sees a library.
Okay, he hides in a library. This always ends well.
I'm getting deja vu.
If you see a lion, run. And don't set it on fire.
All right, you guys are a little bit late. You see that the only seat available to you, and there are only 2 seats for your party of 4. You do notice that everyone's seated here. It is the Holy Man and the Money Man, and there's a bunch of bodyguards standing next to the Money Man. Not a whole lot of cooks here, but YOLO. You
Oh, aren't you gonna go check out the kitchen? Isn't that a thing you wanted to do?
They wouldn't let me. They said they were preparing it, so
It's
I
prepared
assume
now, you should go.
they would let me know. Is it over there?
I remember earlier it said that here everyone brought the cook to make their own food because they didn't trust anyone. So
Yeah.
you'd be making a meal for us.
All right, so I
Yeah.
head to the kitchen.
okay?
And I take up my place next to Termenin. What's his name?
Termenin.
Termenin.
Okay, they kind of, you can see as Burke walks past, all of the people here kind of like give a little bit of side eye as he passes.
I give him side eye right back.
Gus sees Burke, or Onnie sees Onnie. You also see Gustus there. How
Who's the
you?
noble guy Gus is guarding? Because Castile's the holy man, right?
It looks like it is just Castile. It looks like he's playing both roles
Oh,
this
nice.
time. But he is seated.
Is
and
Gus seated then?
Gus is seated. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And with his feet hanging off the edge.
How do they feel about a dwarf sitting at the table?
I'm not. Oh yeah, you are.
Yep. Ooh, you can tell that people want to say something, but because you're with Sadasil or Castile, like they are all holding their tongue.
Yeah,
However,
he's part of the family. Oh, I
However,
love it.
however, because Onnie isn't with someone like a Vontaire, they can dunk on him a little bit more.
Yeah,
And by
they're
a
gonna-
little bit, I
and
mean
They're
a
gonna
lot.
get it right back in their face.
It's gonna be great.
So
And he's going to talk about how much he hates dwarves, and he
Yeah.
agrees with their point of view.
if you could give me one to kill right now, I would kill it because I know I could get away with it. The hate felt so good.
Yeah, and like you're angry. I mean, they are dunking on you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm angry. I'm angry on your behalf, and I'm not
Channeling the anger
Yeah.
so you guys are seated.
constructively.
You guys are seated closest to the door, the main entrance, the door. And as you sit, Leona makes mention of your lateness. She goes, "Oh, it's so marvelous that you would finally decide to join us. You know, we've only been waiting for you. I mean, you haven't even started dinner. So, I mean, I guess we'll all just have to wait until your little man cooks for you. What are you cooking, by the way, bud?"
What is the secret ingredient for the Iron Chef challenge?
Okay, let's do it. It is pork loin.
Gotta say it like this, Iron Chef. You gotta be like, secret ingredient is
The secret ingredient is pork loin.
he's a dramatic.
So you have pork loin.
I'm gonna cook up. I don't have a recipe for that, but I'm gonna make something up.
All right.
I'm gonna sear it on the grill, tenderly roast it. There's some potatoes. I'm gonna get those, and I am going to make a smashed potato, not a mashed potato. It's where they try to make mashed potatoes and stop halfway through.
I thought you used your trout pick on it, and that's what made it smashed.
That is exactly. I would not use my dirty trout pick in my kitchen. I don't even bring that dirty thing into the kitchen. It's in my room. I have something on me, I'm sure, or kitchen knives if you want to test me with a balsamic reduction.
Okay.
And some local greens.
Okay, great.
Dessert, I don't want to give it away.
As Leona's given us the business, I just very casually draw one of the birds and
Okay.
pick my fingernails.
Oh, very good.
Angling it so it's definitely
aimed at her.
flipping her off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when you're doing that, you see Castile
Are
just
you
kind of
cleaning your middle finger
Yes.
with the middle
Just
finger?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Space dock.
So as you're doing that, Castile kind of smiles at it. And you actually, I'm going to say, Sylvester, you would notice this. You can see that Harver looks pretty exhausted. He's gotten a little bit more tired as the night's gone on.
Does it look like his nuts are aching?
Yeah, it looks like he's still like, because like if you get kicked in the balls, it stays in your stomach for a little while.
Yeah, if you get kicked in the balls so hard that your friend feels it,
Yeah.
you're gonna be walking bow-legged for a minute.
That's true. Yeah, so he's feeling it. So Leona goes. So I guess we'll just all wait patiently as you do what you are doing,
Guess so.
and as she's double flipping.
It's really I just got something, probably a piece of abomination in there. Flick towards her, like flicking
Oh my
gross
God.
fingernail shit at her.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
All right, that's
Fixed
noted.
it.
That's noted. And as you're doing that, you see that Cedric, one of her children, is kind of like trying to cool things down a little bit. He goes, Termenin, I'm Cedric. We've held a lot of these soirees and we've never met you before. So that tells me that you must have a lot of money.
Yes, I have quite a bit.
So how about this? We have a poker game, every night. How about you join us for it?
You poker, you brought her. This guy gets it.
Oh, that's good.
From the kitchen, you hear Onnie the dwarf say that.
Oh yeah.
So he goes, so how about you join us? It's a simple buy-in of 500 coins.
Oh, I'd love to.
Perfect. And I feel like we have a lot to talk about. And he smiles. And you see Margaret, and she's just listens politely, and she goes, you know what? I kind of hate money people. I just hate them. Ugh, they just gross me out. But you know who I like talking to? I like talking to holy men, and I've never met Vix.
Yes.
And as she says Vix, Castile kind of looks shocked at the name. And he goes, oh,
Yeah.
Vix?
Vix. Pleasure to...
It's a rare name. It's a great name, he says.
Thank you. I'm glad to have it.
And she they all look at him for saying that, but he's always been. But he goes I just like the name. She goes, how about you join us while these people are playing for money and blood or whatever? How about you join us and the rest of the archdiocese, and we'll just have some tea and chat.
Yeah, why not? It seems like a good time.
Yeah.
Okaat yawns loudly.
I know you're a bodyguard. You don't care about, scholarly discussion.
I just want to punch something.
And you did it before, and it was
I
great.
did. It was great.
Actually,
I'm
we should talk.
already.
We're gonna talk about that later, okay? That move was not
Brilliant,
not-
right?
not-
That's pretty good, right?
Mm,
Did you
no.
see that? Did you see how he was like, oh?
And Margaret says, like, yeah, that was pretty great. I mean, it was so cool to see how Okaat, Vix, and Onnie work together.
You have done so good at learning their names. I'm really proud of you.
I think I might have even done a better job than you guys, she says. And she smiles.
It's weird because I've had this one my whole life.
Oh, well, you're not interesting to me, she says.
You're not interesting to me. That's cool. Glad we agree.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree, she says. Okay.
Stop copying me.
Okay.
Okaat, come on.
All right. So, Burke the Dwarf, you are now done with your meal. And because you're finally done, everybody else can get served. So,
Oh, they're gonna get served all right.
so do you bring it out, or do you employ the tieflings?
No, I'm not one of the drones. I don't take the food out.
But then how do you know they won't poison it on the way?
Because if they do, they get killed.
Yeah, but we'll already.
Yeah, not before we're killed.
I mean,
What am I? Am I the
What do you
taste
want?
tester? Am I supposed to bring it out?
Didn't you-
Do the other cooks bring it out?
Didn't you say that you were the taste tester?
I tasted it before I sent it out.
Okay, then if you want to, you can have one of our tieflings take it. Sure.
No, I shoved the tiefling's face.
Jesus.
All right. She goes and
I kick the door a
All
little
right.
bit as I'm coming out.
all right.
And I present the dish. I say all the things that are on it. Grilled local pork loin, smashed red potatoes, braised local greens, and a vinaigrette reduction made from a local wine. Tasted by me, not poisoned, and not touched by tiefling or dirty dwarf hands that aren't. I wear gloves so that no dwarf hands touch these plates. Even though I'm serving a dwarf right now, no, I'm not serving you. You're not part of my team. You wish you had this pork loin. You wish you had this pork loin. I will wave it in your face.
I look over at Margaret and I'm like,
Who is the champion of Stadium Kitchen tonight?
he's very passionate
Well,
about his craft.
I'll be in the back if you have any questions about the menu.
Very, very passionate.
Making dessert, it's gonna knock your cocks in the dirt.
That's what makes him so brilliant.
and like
On the battlefield, in the kitchen, I'm slicing it up, baby.
nobody else who served their meal did it with such panache. Okay.
So should I roll a performance skill, or did my
Ooh.
performance itself worthy?
I mean,
I would say
Performance
I would
is-
give you advantage on that.
Yeah.
So would this role make anyone who might have been a little suspicious of us maybe less suspicious?
Oh no. See what happens.
Yeah!
Oh my fucking god!
That 20!
Okay. All right. You got a nat 20 on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, on that advantage roll.
When you put this show on, Leona, who was kind of like noting this, she noticed the slip between Jorix and Burke. She's just so taken in by your performance. Like, she is like clapping at the end.
Ow!
See, this is why we keep him on staff.
And she goes, no, I can see, even though he's a dirty dwarf.
Like he's a brilliant dirty dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mustache.
All right, so you guys have the food ahead of you. Do you guys want to ask any questions amongst this table?
Is Margaret still around? Sylvester kind of beacons her over.
Okay. She comes up to you.
I'd like to mention, my dwarf is actually a convicted felon. So he's adopted an alias, so he isn't caught. He killed another dwarf. That's part of why I allowed him on my staff.
Okay. She goes, okay, I can see that. That would make sense to me. And she kind of thinks on it a little bit. And she gets up and she moves back. Anybody else want to talk to anybody around you? You see like a dragonborn who is a bodyguard too. Do you want something, Jorks?
No, I think at this point, Jorks is, after realizing he slipped up with Burke before, he's not in the best space. He doesn't want to mess up again.
Okay.
So he's going to keep a little bit to himself, wait for the meeting a little later.
Loose lips sink ships, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you guys have your dinner, there's polite conversation.
Is it though?
Yes, these are still highborn people, even if they are monsters in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't have to be coarse to be rude.
Good point.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
wouldn't understand.
I wasn't saying that as Okaat.
Oh. He just says that weird, strangely out of nowhere.
Sadie understands just fine.
Okay. All of a sudden, you hear a very loud knock, and Leona kind of
As soon as we hear the knock, like, my hand goes to one of my daggers.
right, and she goes, "Termenin, would you mind if your bodyguard opened the door?
Why does it have to be mine?
Because you're the one closest to the door."
Okay, I'm glad I was aware of this. The narrative presented by my DM.
I did say that.
You did.
I did.
You did.
That-
Where am I? Where am I?
Terminator, it'll be okay, it'll be okay.
No problem.
Okay, so
I go answer the door.
okay, as you open the door, what you see in front of you is you see a owl standing there looking up at you, and it is on top of one of the spiders that you fought earlier.
Mimic? Is that you?
And when you say that, it takes flight, carrying the phase spider in its talons, and it flies past you, and it goes to the middle of the large table, and it drops it there, and it stands on top of it. And then it transforms into a man, a druid.
So, not mimic.
Okaat
Okaat
says. And you hear Leona gasp, and you see what looks like a druid. He has very long black hair that is streaked with gray, and he says, "I have given you so many warnings." And she goes, "Balance, we've had these fights before. We've had these quarrels. We haven't done anything." And he motions to the spider now underneath his foot, and he goes, "This is against nature. This isn't supposed to be here. And I know whatever you all are doing has brought this. So I am going to tell you, whatever you are doing, if you do not stop it in 48 hours, I will bring ruin here." And she laughs.
Well, it's been lovely, but I think we really gotta get going. Oh, look at my wrist. It's time to go.
And Margaret goes, "You've given us this speech so many times. Why would we take you seriously right now?" And he closes his eyes, and a unnatural darkness takes hold of this entire room. And Okaat, you've stayed by the door, yeah? Or did you-
Well, I would have been like walking back in, watching.
But
this
the door is
happen,
still
but
open.
I don't want it to be, but sure.
As this unnatural darkness takes hold of the parlor, Okaat, you feel an acidic sort of mist come from the door. And as you turn, you see what looks like a one-winged black dragon outside the door.
I go shut the door.
And as you go to shut the door, the dragon breathes some more air, making it kind of unpleasant for you to go further.
Yeah, well.
Because
I'm
it's
a
acid.
trooper, though.
And he says, "The woman that opened the door, what do you see outside right now?"
Looks like a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to shut the door. It's not going well right now.
And he goes, if you are not gone in 48 hours, I won't stop him.
Well, I'm trying to go, but there's a dragon outside.
So, and Okaat, you take 9 points of damage.
Balls.
It's dead. Thanks for listening to What's Your Damage. Follow our Twitter at WYDpod. We also have our Facebook group at WYDpod.
Cast.
Shit.
WID pod was already taken.
Damn it. So we're at WYD Cast on Facebook. Follow us there and you'll find fun little things like our Fantasy Sam's Club list and pictures of the group and other things of that matter.
Art,
yeah.
There's art.
Yeah. And also, if you'd like to email the show, you can contact us at wydpod@gmail.com. Anyway, thanks for listening to me natter on, and enjoy the show.
Ba, 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 ba.
Wank.